let's get into your fight, man. You're maybe like, what, 3 weeks away, I want to say. How are you feeling? How do you expect the fight to play out kind of with the work you've been putting in?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling very motivated. Very motivated. I'm excited to do my first title defense. I'm not gonna lie, it's a little scary sometimes when I start thinking about it too much. You start thinking about it, you start realizing you're actually a world champion. But nothing too bad, nothing I can't handle. I've been in the spotlights before. I've been a two-time Olympian. I've been in big crowds. It doesn't bother me. Like, the contract motivates me. And I'm just excited. I can't much the words. I'm very excited for this. I can't wait to go in that ring and just fight with everything I got.
Is a lot of fighters say that they're more anxious kind of leading up to the fight. Some fighters say they're excited. Where do you kind of land on it? I mean, are you just more wanting, like we spoke to Jesse earlier, he was saying that he just wants to get the fight over with kind of a thing. Like, is that kind of your attitude, or you're just more like...
It does happen sometimes. Sometimes I start thinking, man, I just want to get this over and just fight already. You start thinking, man, I wish it was already fight night so I can already put up the gloves and just get it over with. But one thing I've learned about this is enjoy the ride. Enjoy the ride. I think one of the things I always hear about the fighters from back in the day, they always say this: enjoy your time, because boxing's a very short career and it goes by quick. So I always have that in my mind. I'm trying to enjoy every step of the career. Now that I'm a world champion, I kind of look back and say, well, it seemed forever, but it wasn't really forever. Now that I hold the belt. So I want it to last, but I'm just enjoying every day, every time I'm enjoying it.
You're a featherweight champion, 126. Obviously, nothing's promised, but given a victory, in your next fight, are you looking for another kind of name, kind of at this level? Or are you looking at you want some of the bigger names like the, Frampton, Santa Cruz, Mares, those guys?
I mean, I never look because I know the fighter. I don't want to jinx this, obviously. We got a tough fighter in front of me. We got the top contender, the mandatory fight against Osawa. He's a tough fighter. I'm not going to take nothing lightly. I don't care if no one knows him, if no one says he's not known in the States or he's not known in the boxing world. For me, he's a tough fighter. He's a hungry fighter. Wants to take something that belongs to me, something that I live for, something that provides me putting food on the table. And I don't want to risk that and training lightly for him. I'm going to work very hard for him. I'm going to do whatever I got to do to become victorious that night. But if God wants to become victorious that night, why not unify my title? These good fighters. We got tough fighters out there with like Frampton, Lee Selby, Gary Russell. They got the belts. Why not fight them? I love that. Hopefully in the future, promotion problems can be fixed. We can make these big fights. But right now, like I said, I'm very concentrated on Osawa, and everyone can ask me a question after that fight.
So, speaking of that, I mean, I'm sure you get that question all the time about bigger fighters and things like that. But what's it like for you? I mean, you're the one in the ring. You're the one that has to fight this guy. Like you said, I mean, he might not be a big name, but he's coming after your head. You know what I mean? Like, how is it that you stay motivated, kind of knowing like this guy, I need to get this guy out of here. He might not be a big name or whatever, but if I look like crap, then all those other fights go away.
Well, that's why I don't like thinking about it too much. Because if you start thinking about it, it's a lose-lose. If you don't, no one knows him. Because if you beat him, everybody says, "Oh, he was a nobody." You look bad, you look bad against a nobody. But, I don't think about that too much. That's only if I think about it. But it doesn't really bother me, to be honest. This is my career. Like I said, this is what I put on the table. And I'm a boxer. I love fighting. I don't care who it is. I want to go out there and get my best. Like I said, the question is asked after the fight, I'll mention the big thing. One thing I really want out there to be known is I'm not scared to fight. I'm not scared to put my record on the line to fight these big names. I don't want to be considered as a fighter who ducks other fighters. I don't like that at all. I don't like when I hear got old friends. They're old people. They talk about the old days where the best used to fight the best, and that upsets me because they say the new era is scared to fight the best. It's the best. That's not true. Not in my case, at least. I want to erase that from boxing. But hopefully, in the near future, we can make good fights.
Is that kind of your goal as far as kind of be considered kind of one of those old school type fighters and eventually have your name kind of in the likes of like a Chavez and Salvador Sanchez?
Of course, who doesn't want to be remembered? Somebody like Herbalist Hadley, Sugar Nander, Tommy Hearns, Muhammad Ali, Chavez, these big names. I want to be considered as one of. It's very hard to achieve that, but one day I have a dream of becoming one of those big names. When they mention the big names in boxing, like they said Muhammad Ali, Floyd Mayweather, Chavez. I want to be mentioned right there. Those big guys. I know it's very hard for that, but I'm gonna get my best for one day to mention my name like that.